Hey everybody, I thought I would do a video and show you everything that I'm thinking about bringing on this camping trip. This is by no means definitive. I'm sure I will change out several of these items, but it's a good general idea of what I plan on bringing. Let's start at the right, which is my pack. It's an Osprey EXO 58 liter. It's not quite an ultralight pack, but it's close. It weighs like 2 pounds. Taken it on a bunch of trips. I like it. It's more than enough space for everything but deep winter camping where you have multiple fluffy layers that take up a lot of space. Next, we have the Big Agnes Tiger Ultra 3-man. That is a 3-person tent with 2 doors and 2 vestibules that Jen and I took on our last camping trip. We liked it. I always like to take a tent that is the number of people sleeping in it plus 1, so that you can bring in some camping gear, some of your gear that's a little more moisture sensitive, and bring it inside. Otherwise, all you really have room for is your sleeping pads. That's nice and lightweight. I like it a lot. Next to that, we have my sleeping system, which consists of a 35-degree Kelty bag. At the moment, I may switch that out depending on where the weather forecast goes and some other factors. It's a good bag. I've slept in it a bunch of times. I like it. Next to that, we have the Neo Air Uberlight by Thermarest, which is a lightweight sleeping pad. It has a fairly low R value, so I may switch that out with something a little bit warmer, but as of now, I'll probably use that. And for the first time, I'm using the Thermarest Synergy sheet that goes on top. It's supposed to make it a little more comfortable, a little quieter, and a little bit warmer. So it's a stretch form sheet that fits over the top that I'm going to give a try. Beneath that, we have the inflator bag that you use with the Neo Air and that you can stuff everything in. It's a big fabric bag with a hole on the end that fits over the valve to the Neo Air. It helps inflating it so you don't get lightheaded blowing it up. And beneath all that is a camp pillow. I got it from Backcountry. I have 3 or 4 different camp pillows. I haven't decided which one. This one feels the softest, but also makes a lot of noise, so I'm not 100% sure that that's coming, but I will be bringing a pillow. A little bit closer to me, we have my camp chair. It's a Helinox Chair Zero. It weighs 1 pound. I will never camp without a chair anymore. It is just so nice after a long day of hiking to set up a chair and have something to support your back. Next to that, I have my Thermarest butt pad. This is useful if you're going out on a little day hike and you want to sit on a log or something that might be dirty or cold. You just set that down and it keeps your butt dry, clean, and warm. It weighs next to nothing. Definitely bringing that, and you can put it on top of this when you're in camp and it makes it even a little more comfortable. Starting back at the top again, we have my hiking pole. This is a new hiking pole. Nothing special. I always carry a stick or a hiking pole when I hike. I have since I was a kid. Then it was just cool. Now it helps with balance when you're crossing streams and stuff like that. I have my fishing gear, assorted doodads in there, and my ultralight fishing pole. Next to that, we have my bug gear. I have 2 different kinds of bug spray and a head net. This is classic DEET. It's been around forever, works well, but stinks real bad. This is a new one. I have no idea how you say that. Picaridin. It works pretty well. However, I do notice that because it doesn't smell, you don't notice when it's wearing off and you get bit. And then a head net, which I rarely use, but if the bugs are real bad, it's a lifesaver. Next to that's my fire kit that has a lighter and a fire steel and some tinder and a fire starter. And then I have a little bag for my meds and my contacts, and a pair of reading glasses because I'm getting old and blind. Next to that is my lighting equipment. I have a flashlight. This is a nice one for shining deep into the woods at night. It's very bright. And then I have a headlamp, which are lifesavers when you're trying to do anything while using the lamp. So you put on a headlamp and you have both hands free. It's an Petzl Actic. It's quite nice, 350 lumens, I believe. And then I'm thinking about bringing an inflatable lantern, since we're going to have a bunch of people there. This blows up, and then you have a little lantern action. If we're sitting around at some point in the evening, I haven't decided yet. It's a little extra weight. We never really seem to need a lantern, but it might come in handy. Next to that is my Garmin emergency beacon GPS. With this, you can connect to your phone and text from anywhere in the world, even if there's no cell signal. It goes through satellite links, and if the shit hits the fan, there's an SOS button, and the cavalry comes and saves us. Just for emergencies. Next to that, a little rope for hanging bear bags and or camp crafts. Next to that is my toiletry kit. Just, your standard tissues, wet wipes, little light load towel, some paper towels, and then just a towel for drying off, if we get hot and sweaty or wet or whatever. And then, of course, a trowel for digging a cat hole. Next to that, hopefully we won't have to use that, but if you gotta go, you gotta go. Next to that, first aid kit / emergencies. Bunch of supplies in here, from extra contacts to duct tape to super glue to a first aid kit to water purification supplies. Never go home without, never can't hike without that. Next to that is a small day pack. I find when you go and you set up camp, you often have a lot of things you want to carry around with you if you're going out and about, but you don't want to carry your whole pack or have enough pockets, so you bring a little day pack so you can carry stuff around. Next to that is my Katadyn 1 liter water filter. You take the top off, you fill this from the stream, and then this is a water filter that filters out all bacteria and protozoan. You put that in there, and out the top comes fresh, clean water. Next to that is my cook system. In here we have my fork and spoon, a stove, a cook pot, there's fuel and a lighter down beneath there, a little sponge for cleaning up, and then a bowl down beneath there to eat out of. And that all fits nicely inside this little bag. Underneath that, we have an envelope that I made out of Whole Foods cold food pack that fits the Mountain House boil in a bag or dehydrated meals so that they stay warm while they're rehydrating. And on top of that, I have a double wall titanium mug for coffee and cocoa. Keep it warm while you're drinking it. Next to that, so that we can see what's wandering through the camp at night after we go to sleep, I thought I might bring a trail camera and set it up somewhere nearby and see if there's any critters that wander by our tents in the middle of the night. I thought that might be interesting. Next to that are some extra GoPro batteries. The GoPro is currently on my head recording this, so that's why it's not sitting there. And a couple of a clip to snap it onto things, and a battery to recharge my phone or GoPro. Of course, I always bring a knife camping for, obvious reasons. And I think this year I just bought a new pair of lightweight binoculars. that I'm looking forward to spotting some elk with. Can't wait to try those. And then we're on to the clothing that I'm going to wear. Here we have a pair of gloves, a merino wool buff, and a merino wool smart wool hat to keep my head, neck, and hands warm. My insulating layers are here. I have my Arc'teryx fleece jacket. It's pretty warm. And my Patagonia Nano puff vest, which will go under that if it's cold. And then for the morning when we wake up, after hiking in, the next morning after we hike in, I'll be wearing these North Face conversion pants, a fishing shirt, and a long sleeve merino wool t-shirt under that, because it's usually pretty chilly when you wake up, and until the fire's going and you're moving around, you need some stuff to keep warm. And then of course some wicking underwear to stay dry. But this is no means but definitive, and as we're doing this, I even noticed one thing that I forgot that I will go track down now. But this is a good idea of what I am bringing on this trip. All right, cool. See you there.